John and the rest of the panel, Vice President Sara Duterte's defense team basically took the entire afternoon to humanize her, to pakita na tao lang din siya na sasaktan as a defense doon sa kanyang alleged threats dito kay President Ferdinand Marcos Jr. at sa kanyang pamilya. Unfortunately, it took the entire afternoon for the defense to prove that point. It took a long hour, especially for the part of Attorney Carlo Joaquin Nervasa to prove that point, and it only took 5 minutes for another defense lawyer, Mark Vinluan, to clarify their point today. Basically, their defense was this: merong alleged threats din laban kay Vice President Sara Duterte at sa kanyang pamilya na tinatawag nilang Oplan Romanov, at merong mga alleged threats dito sa buhay ni Vice President mismo at sa kanyang Chief of Staff na si Zuleika Rivera, at yung mga dahilan daw na yon ang nag-push to the edge dito kay Vice President Sara Duterte para gawin yung mga threats na yon. But if we're gonna look at the actual elements of grave threats, ay hindi naman kasama doon yung mga ganitong circumstances, hindi naman kasama yung mga ganong feelings, yung mga ganong pakiramdam para masabi na valid yung ginawa mo. Walang sinasabi na ganoon sa ating batas. Pero kung titignan natin at babalikan natin dito, ano ba talaga ang purpose nila dito? It's not really to convince the senator judges after all, but also to humanize again Sara Duterte at i-control yung narrative na ang konteksto talaga ng mga alleged threats niya ay dahilan dahil na-push lang itong si Vice President Sara Duterte. Tinanong natin si Attorney Michael Poa, ang spokesperson ng defense team, kung ano ang grade nila, kasi sabi ng prosecution ay 10/10 ang kanilang score para sa performance Attorney Amado Ligutan para doon sa kanyang cross-examination or pakipag-participate doon sa cross-examination. Ang sabi ni POA, at least sa part nila for the defense ay 10/10 din sila dahil na-hit nila yung mga targets nila. Nireveal na rin ni POA na ang target nila today ay ipakita ang mga inconsistencies doon sa affidavit of investigation ng National Bureau of Investigation na naging basihan para doon sa ika-4 na articles of impeachment laban kay Vice President Sara Duterte, which is the grave threat. Pinakita rin nila yung inconsistencies on the transcription of the press conference na mismong si NBI Director John Mark Calilong ang nag-execute. Bukod pa doon ay pinakita rin nila yung konteksto daw nung alleged threats ni Vice President Sara Duterte. Kung mapapansin natin, hindi nila plinay yung buong 2 hours video or 2-hour video press conference. Instead, namili lang din sila ng part, and they chose the part nung nagsasalita at umiiyak si Zuleika Lopez in the context na iyon nga daw yung nag-push kay Vice President Sara Duterte to say those words. It basically just proved the point of the prosecution na ang goal nila kahapon ng defense na utusan ang prosecution to play the 2-hour video is just to disrupt their presentation of evidence. Kasi after all, katulad nga today, hindi naman na yun ginawa ng defense. Bukod doon ay nakita din natin yung isa sa mga naging strategies ng defense ay yung impeach ang witness. Kanina nakita natin kung paano question even ng senator judges ang credibility ni NBI Director or Officer John Mark Calilong, kasi napaka-importante po sa criminal proceedings po kasi at sa mga procedures. Isa sa mga ways na ginagawa ng defense ay yung tinatawag natin na impeachment of the witness. Tinatry mong pahinain ang kanyang credibility para mag-create ng doubt doon sa ebidensya, specifically testimonial evidence na ibinibigay niya sa korte laban doon sa isang akusado o isang respondent. And that's what they tried to do. Even some senator judges asked for the credentials of the NBI officer. At one point, Attorney Nervasa even asked and questioned Calilong kung lawyer ba siya. And later on, na-establish naman yung kanyang expertise as a competent witness, na-establish din na siya ay may enough background, may enough credentials for the investigation. It's pretty normal in every trial, at ito yung makikita natin sa mga susunod na pagdinig dito sa kaso or sa impeachment case ni Vice President Sara Duterte. This will not only happen to Calilong but also to other prosecution witnesses na ipi-play or ipapakita ng prosecution. Bukod doon, isa rin sa naging way nila ng defense ay ipakita yung supposedly double standards ng National Bureau of Investigation. I think even to us, for defense reporters, and even to me as a justice reporter, medyo naguluhan ako sa part ni Attorney Narvasa trying to prove a point on the NBI affidavits, memorandum, etc., etc. But ang point lang nila doon ay gusto na ipakita na ito ay utos allegedly ng Malacanang because Malacanang or the NBI by extension is under the Malacanang, and that yung kung nagkaroon ng investigation doon sa alleged threats kay President Marcos, bakit hindi doon kay Vice President Sara Duterte. Pero as the trial went by, nakita natin that Agent Calilong stood his ground in fairness to him because he was able to explain that they actually, or it was actually part of their mandate. Hindi lang sila basta quote-unquote nagamit. But what they did was lawful, and it was their mandate because under the new NBI law, they're also mandated to investigate crimes or threats or alleged threats against high-ranking officials, including the President, Vice President, Senate President, House Speaker, and the Chief Justice. And that's what they did dito sa alleged threats kay President Ferdinand Marcos Jr. Ginawa nila yung trabaho nila. Doon yung pumapasok yung tinatawag na motu proprio kasi they were trying to impeach him na bakit kayo nag-motu proprio, bakit napaka-special, what's so special about Marcos? And Calilong was successfully able to explain that they just did their jobs. And bukod doon sa tinanay nila ipakita yung double standards na bakit hindi inimbestigahan yung alleged threats kay Vice President Sara Duterte, yung so-called Oplan Romanov. Si Calilong na-explain niya rin na they actually investigated that. It's just that hindi lang nag-prosper. Pero compared doon sa alleged threats kay President Ferdinand Marcos Jr., there are enough evidence that suffice or nagkaroon ng dahilan para bumuo ng isang reklamo o complaint in relation to that. And yun lang, my honest assessment of the cross-examination, it's unfortunate for the defense kasi nakita natin talaga na ang haba ng preparation, sa haba ng mga questions before they made the point, and naging clear lang yung mga bagay when the senator judges stepped in for their clarificatory questions. Doon nalinaw kung ano ba yung mga mandato ng NBI, ano ba yung mga reasons dito sa investigation na ito, ano ba yung reason for the meltdown, etc., etc. And just for my final observation, nakita din natin the behavior, the demeanor of Attorney Narvasa during the cross-examination. It was not actually new. Kapag nanonood talaga tayo ng mga trial, ganoon naman talaga yung demeanor ng mga defense lawyers during cross-examination. Pero nakita natin kanina, ilang beses siya kinall out ng prosecution, particularly on the matters na hindi tama. Katulad kanina, may tinanong siya, did you really investigate, sir? Tapos later on, winidraw niya. That's actually a tactic to, preach to the choir again, to the basis of the Duterte family, kasi gusto niya basically makot nito mga supporters ni Vice President Sara Duterte. At one point, kinall out din siya for being argumentative toward the witness because during a cross-examination, as much as possible, you are not allowed to question the witness, to have an argument with the witness because nandun ka to clarify things. Hindi din pwede ang vague. Kaya kapag vague and argumentative, objectionable po yan. O pwedeng mag-raise ng objection ang isa pang partido. And bukod doon, nakita din natin ilang beses din siya kinall out for his compound questions. Ito po yung patong-patong na question, hindi pa nakakasagot yung witness, ay nagtatanong na siya. Again, that is objectionable because that might confuse the witness and the court itself. So that is the summary of the defense point today para sa ikatlong araw ng impeachment trial ni Vice President Sara Duterte.